In 2291, in an attempt to control violence among deep space miners, the New Earth government legalized no-holds-barred fighting. Leandri Mining Corporation, working with the NEG, established a series of leagues and bloody public exhibitions. The fight's popularity grew with their brutality. Soon, Leandri discovered that the public matches were their most profitable enterprise. The professional league was formed. A cabal of the most violent and skilled warriors in known space, selected to fight in a grand tournament. Now it is 2341. 50 years have passed since the founding of Deathmatch. Profits from the tournament number in the hundreds of billions. You have been selected to fight in the professional league by the Leandri Rules Board. Your strength and brutality are legendary. The time has come to prove you are the best. To crush your enemy. To win the tournament.
Welcome back, everyone, to another presentation of the UT4 Fall Elim League, hosted by UTPugs. I am your caster, as nearly always, and we are unfortunately going to be waiting for a quick minute, as apparently Crytek is going to be a couple of minutes late. We are just waiting for him. You know, like Godot, he may never appear. But as it stands, we are currently 6 in the hub. We'll have Amped Up, captained by the, I don't quite know how to say captained by, and there's a lot of words that you could use to describe Smalls. Many of them are SAT words for sure, and I just can't put them all together in my brain right now, but Smalls is the captain of Amped Up. And on the other hand, I believe you have Noob Toobers. I finally got that name. Like, it's never said. Everyone just refers to them as Crytek's team. But they are indeed captained by the legendary Argentinian himself, the man of 1,000 hit scan shots, Crytek. And we're stuck right now waiting. A lot of people in, but unfortunately not everyone that matters. Looks like DSK is going to be subbing for somebody. I'm going to guess that it's Darth. So they'll probably have, you know, Chris, Crytek, DSK, and their last pick, I can't quite remember who it is. It's somebody, though. I'm going to have to check the rosters. Give me a second. I'm actually going to do that. We've got plenty of time. I do not have to worry in the slightest. Can check and see who they have. Stone Cold. So I'm almost positive, yes, DSK is going to be the sub for Darth. And Stone Cold, Chris Powa, and Crytek should be the other 3 available. But, you know, that I'm not sure. This could be better for Crytek's team. He'll have somebody else that's going to plus W with him. DSK will plus W with Shock Primary out. Very effective at that. Although I think it was nerfed a little bit. It does seem to be a little bit harder this league than it used to. But Shock Primary is still strong. I just don't think it's ever going to be weak. Rate of fire and ability to hit is just too high. Forgive the Discord sounds. Unfortunately, my mute toggle for my Discord is on my Alt key, so when I go to Alt Tab, it triggers. Actually, I should see, can I Alt Tab with the other Alt? I can. That works. That does indeed work, and then it does not play that Discord sound. Force of habit, though, tells me I should be using left Alt to mute, or left Alt to Alt Tab. And Chris Powell leaving the game as Crytek and Stone Cold get in. The man is a menace. Crashes, probably. But we have no idea. We are still waiting. Quite happy that this game was scheduled for 7:45. The trick-or-treat period for my neighborhood ended at 7:30, so although it usually kind of fizzles out 10-15 minutes before, but you know, it's a happy Halloween to all of you. Hopefully you are getting plenty of treats and not tricks. Unless you happen to be a person working in certain industries, and then I hope you turn plenty of tricks. I always do love how when people load in, their ELO is temporarily displayed with 3 sig figures after the decimal point. It makes for quite large numbers. Although it looks like this is the first time anyone but... or I'm not sure, but ELOs are all currently 0, and we have questions about readies in the air, but no one is responding. I guess that proves that you do have to indeed spam the living crap out of your ready button in order to get anyone to acknowledge that you've typed anything at all in chat. Happy Halloween to you as well, Tears. I'm sure you would have a great Halloween setup with, you know, s'mores ready and plentiful. And again, another y'all ready. Y'all missing the apostrophe there. But it does not matter. We have readies. DSK, good luck. Have fun, friendos. Thank you for casting EP. Well, thank you for playing as well. Also, my sound is off. Uh-oh. 1 second. Wait. I'm not sure what's going on. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear sound or not. Just trying to make sure everything is working as intended. But please let me know if there are any problems with the stream whatsoever. But we have round 1. We are currently on board with Chills, and he is looking... Wow, that was a very quick round. They took care of that very quickly. 1-0 in favor of Amped Up after 1. We'll go on board with Crytek and see how he is getting himself into this match and warmed up. I do know a lot of people seem to be pugging prior to this, so they are actually doing quite well. Or they are quite warm, or should be quite warm. Crytek playing this 50 area, very strong. You pretty much see every good player go here. It probably is the best area, but it does require you to have a pretty good spatial awareness. You have to be able to turn on a dime and kind of understand when people are shooting at you. And Crytek, definitely very good at that. Goes down, however, to Amp at U-Haul, and we have Chills now in the 2v1. See Stone Cold gets a hit on him. Chills unable to finish off the 2 low health people, complete the clutch for his team. But Amp and Stone Cold, or Amp and Stone Cold and DSK, I believe, completing that for their team. And we'll go on board with Stone Cold. Give them some early rounds. I think tend to favor the weaker, the lower salaried players before everyone kind of settles into how they're going to play. They usually change it up a little bit less than the top players. Part of the difference, because a lot of these guys like Stone Cold have good hit scan. It's just they're, like myself, etc. We all tend to be predictable. I know that for a while here, the call was EP's going basement on this map, and everyone just went there, and I'd run into 3 people pretty much every round and die. And it's just not a great way to let your frag power do the talking. We should be going on board with... let's go on board with Amp. He's nicknaming himself GOAT. I think he is going for confidence, and he definitely shows some confidence, getting a couple of primaries, helping take down Chris, putting Crytek goes down the moment he even gets into the 4v1, and Amped Up, currently up 3-1. No, Chills and Smalls doing work right now. 3+ PPRs for both of them. We're going to see some crazy shots, probably, with the combination of Spectator and Smalls' ping. It's going to look like he's shooting air and getting hits. Just unfortunate. But he's going to pull out the minigun, takes down Crytek. Someone must have called that Crytek was indeed low. And now Chris Powa, the moment it's 4v1, and I'm about to say, Chris Powa in the 4v1, he dies. You know, I'm apparently cursing every single person anytime that they're in a clutch situation. No dark horses for you. But Chris Powa shooting a flak ball into the ceiling. That doesn't really do much, bud. That ceiling is terrified, though. I'm sure that the wall will never get in the way again. And he's gonna load up some rockets. This is what I'm talking about. This man loves to be in corners, and he's got rockets and flak out usually. Putting out good damage. Get some surprising kills, is able to take down people on the enemy team just from having that ability. But now Special One, he is 9 in the 3v1. He does not die immediately. This man has a chance to do something that is very rare as far as my casting is concerned. Although somehow doesn't get hit by any of the hit scan shots coming his way. And is sitting here completely unmolested. He just misses Chris. Shoots the wall. Once again, the wall is quivering. It does not know what hit it. But DSK finally able to get above him and take him down, making it 2-4 in favor of Amped Up. Crytek's team attempting to mount a comeback. And we'll give our lovely substitute for the evening his round in the sun on pending. And hitting more plus A or D this round than plus W. Maybe the nurse to shock primary did actually change him to have a bit more. There he goes. He hits 3 in a row, but does go down. Puts his team in a little bit of a rough situation. Chris Powa alone, and goes down to GOAT, to Amp there. He is not the GOAT, regardless of what he may be trying to say. And we'll go on board with Special One. Once again, he was in that clutch situation, managed to survive and dodge shots for a long time, but now he is left alone, going for some shots here. Gonna move up to window, miss the dodge. I think he knows there are a couple there. Cheeky little shots at Crytek usually. I'm a fan of the reverse angle where Crytek was myself. I feel that it's a little bit easier to shoot people. But it could just be perspective. Crytek looked pretty visible from up at boxes. I'm usually just not looking to hit that. I guess it's a fault of mine as a player. But Special One, definitely thinking that I can hit these shots. It does, but Crytek now. Oops. Was on him and swapped off. Goes down to Special One. And it has quickly become 6-2 in favor of Amped Up. Team Noob Toobers struggling without their resident slider, apparently. Darth has been playing quite well, so potentially disrupting the teamwork and getting someone who's probably a little bit rustier into the game in DSK here doesn't seem to be doing them a lot of help right now. I don't know why I was on Stone Cold. We should be on somebody like Crytek. We've gone through pretty much everyone at this point. Or, I guess we technically haven't gone through everyone, but we do need to go through a few more people. And Stone Cold now in the 4v1. This is very winnable. He just needs a shot on everybody, and he is very healthy. This is completely doable. As long as he doesn't take too much more damage. He just needs to get a couple cleanups right now, right here. See Special One unable to connect. Backs off. Changes his angle. Sees Smalls. Can he land the shot? He can't. Smalls getting up onto him. He takes down Smalls. Has to hit Special One here. Has Chills as well, right in his viewpoint. Goes down. Special One able to get the angle and snipe him, or shock primary him down. Really good opportunity there for Stone Cold. Just not able to convert. And we should get onto Chills. The man has 3.7 PPR. Currently absolutely carrying his team. Feel like this was... You know, I'm going to say this was probably amped up's pick. However, you know, I'm never too sure. This is a very large map. Would be quite good for the higher pinging Noob as well. But Noob able to chase down Chills there in the 3v1. Make him, you know, pay for winning a bunch of the first few rounds. And we'll go back on board with Crytek. Kind of having a quiet game. Only 2.4 PPR. Unusually low for Crytek, but his team is kind of getting boat ran. It's pretty hard to put up good PPR when you're losing. That's just kind of tends to be the nature of league play. Either you win a lot of 3 and 4v1 rounds where your team just kind of gets rolled over. Pugs are a lot more hectic in that regard. Easier to put up bigger PPR numbers on average, I feel. Kind of makes what Fantasy and Later 8 have done so far this year quite impressive, managing to maintain, and before you know it, Special One in the 4v1, this one a lot less winnable than Stone Cold's. See, apparently Noob are waking up as they're taking a couple rounds convincingly here. Special One, basically, he's cornered. Not somehow. I always wonder how Fantasy does it, but he makes playing that connector area look really easy in those last man alive situations. It is not. That's a pretty vulnerable area. Chris Power just Elim specialing Special One there. That was certainly special for somebody. Hopefully all the viewers. But Chris Power now going to continue to play this basement. He loves sitting. I'm surprised he doesn't sit U-Haul in this map. Like, it's tailor-made for him. Just a corner where he can sit there with Flak. Flak ball onto Chills. We picked the right person to watch this. A great combo onto Smalls. He's doing a lot of damage, making his presence felt, and making his Flak well-known. Gets 3 kills there. That was an incredible round from Chris Powell. Pretty much single-handedly winning his team that round. You've earned yourself another one, Chris. The man bled out Later Aid. Apparently, it made Fusion rage in a... Well, he goes down quite easily there. But we'll go to Crytek. It's 4v2 this round. Crytek, nice snipe on the amp. I always see people try and go that... and DSK cornered, brought down, now 8-5 in favor of Amped Up. 3.5 PPR still on Chills. We're going to stick with him. He is clearly the best player in the hub right now. What I was going to say, I feel like on the little ramp there by the hole, it's usually easier just to side dodge, get yourself next to a wall, and then just one dodge up. It's usually like 99% work. Sometimes you just catch on UT4 geometry, and it knocks you down. But most of the time, you'll make it up one shot, no problems. It'll work pretty well. But in this case, it's not. Chills pretty low. Now in a 3v2, but all of Noob are basically snipeable. I do not know if Chills lives in Florida. Don't know where that came from. But, anyways, staying on Chills, still 3.6 PPR. His team is up 9-5. Going to be, you know, it should be a wrap-up for them. I mean, they've been more or less leading the way all map long. And, but Chills going down to Crytek. Crytek's trying to say, not today. We are bringing this back. We're going to start one of the best comebacks. However, Crytek down to 10 HP in a 1v1 against Special One here. And he's low. He will die to Stiff Breeze. And Special One still has 2 snipes left in him. But maybe he's a little bit less familiarity with this map. He is definitely... Nice shot out of Crytek. Crytek winning the round, clutching it up, hitting Special One with 3 snipes. Absolutely takes down a round for his team and is bringing his team... He's trying to bring his team back. I'm not sure how important this match is for them. I think... for Amped Up, if they win this, then I believe their position is locked in. They cannot change at all. And, like, then their match against us has no meaning for them. I think if they lose this, however, it does. And I think Crytek's does as well. Both teams are going to be trying to win, but there we have it. DSK in the 4v1 goes down, and that is 10-6 map 1 in favor of Amped Up. Crytek kind of coming alive a bit more towards the end there, kind of finding his hit scan aim that he's so well known for. Getting himself back up to 3 PPR, it's just too little, too late, as Amped Up led the way by Chills, taking down Crytek's team. Chills, 3.6 PPR, only 35% LG, but Chills, I feel, is good with pretty much every weapon. Very, very strong player all around. Amped Up now 1 map, if I can get back into the game. 1 map away from taking the match and securing their spot, I believe, at the top of the leaderboard for the division. Very, very well played to them. They've been one of the strongest teams in a long time. Gonna be, you know, with Globo Gym winning their second matchup last night against Team Them, Roki's team, putting Average Joe's in a very tough position, having to take down the likely top team in the division. Going to be a tough one. But, you know, everyone has to climb the mountain sometime. You cannot win if you can't beat everybody. And so you got to go into it with a mindset that anyone you can win at any time. No such thing as an underdog, just someone who has not won yet. But we are currently waiting and stuck here looking for some readies and the map to begin. ETA on the Crier. I think he probably meant Crytek, but who knows? Oh, is this like a week 3 matchup? Is this like a super delayed matchup or something? forgive my pauses, but my wonderful wife brought me dinner, so I'm taking a few bites of that in between maps while we wait for a ready up. And we have ready ups. We are going into map 2 on Invictus. Noob Toobers need to win this match this map in order to advance the match to a deciding rubber match, which I'm finding out will be Quest as the tiebreaker. And we will go on board with Crytek as he tries to bring his team back from the brink of a match defeat. Just needs to, you know, this does seem like it would fit amped up better as a pick. I just don't feel like Noob Toobers would intentionally choose this. So Crytek, though, whipping around as always. I mean, the man has very quick reaction times, very, very good aim. He's the whole complete puzzle. Chills in a 3-on-1, though. Fairly healthy, can take down Crytek in one snipe. Puts Chris Powell to 10 HP. Just a pity for him that he wasn't lower. Just can't quite swap guns fast enough to take out Chris there. Goes down. Crytek's team, Noob Toobers, winning round 1. And we will go on board with Chills, if I can hit numbers correctly. And Chills poking around rockets, trying to get in. Ooh, if he'd hit that combo, he would have done a lot of damage to 2 people. He unfortunately misses it. And then a little late on the jump in with rockets timing. Somehow, Stone Cold doesn't see him at all. Chills getting good damage out. Got right away from Stone Cold the moment that he needed to. Runs directly into Crytek and Stone Cold again, though, and goes down. And it is now Smalls and Goat in a 2v2 against Crytek and Chris Powell. Smalls taking out Chris Powell. Missing Crytek, but Amp getting the kill, tying the map up for his team. And let's go on board with the Amp man. There is a position on this map named after him. He would like to lead us to believe. Loading up Tri-Rockets. Kind of scary moment there where he's behind a wall. Never where you want to be when you have Tri-Rockets charging. But thankfully does not rocket himself. Kind of very passive. I feel like, especially as a lower salary player, he needs to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more plus W. He needs to be, you know, giving the comms and providing the necessary info to his team. But his team gets overrun, and now 2-1 in favor of Team Noob Toobers. Stone Cold on board with him. Great hit scan, IG player. Pretty much the reincarnation of the triangle zone. If you are within his 15-degree field of vision, he will probably hit you. If you're outside of that, you're pretty much completely safe. But he goes down, takes top chimney's position, and does not live very long. Crytek, though, pretty healthy, getting some damage out, but he's kind of pinched. Does have some team help there. Chills just jumping in. DSK and Chris Powell in the 2 make that 3v1. Chris Powell now alone. Smalls, beautiful flak ball. Smalls, I think, finishing that off with a sniper shot. 2-2. Crytek currently at the top, 4.7 PPR. Smalls and Chills both above 3. Smalls almost 4 himself. But Crytek is definitely leading the way. It is early. PPRs are probably going to normalize a little bit, but so far, Crytek definitely putting in the work, trying to take his team to a decisive rubber match instead of a standings, positional, moral victory rubber match. Crytek taking out Amp, getting shot from Smalls. Small almost just eats that core. You know, the man just loves core sandwiches. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, it certainly does beat eating a combo sometimes. That's the real men of genius move. When you're about to eat a really big combo, just plus W into the core, and you only eat 90. That'll keep you alive as a fresh spawn in CTF, and it will definitely keep you alive if you have max health in Elim. But Smalls taking down Crytek and don't know who the other person was, like Chris Powell, I believe, and definitely captaining Amped Up. He's now at 4.5 PPR. Look out. Nice snipes onto Stone Cold there. That LG area is so dangerous unless you're hitting your hit scan. Just really easy to eat 2 or 3 snipes either direction. It's a powerful place to control, but it is very vulnerable. DSK and Crytek in the 4v2, however. We're going to go over Crytek in the 4v1. He's down to 3 HP. He is not long for this world. Does die incredibly quickly. Curse of Death. I noticed he was in the odd man situation. You have a better chance if I recognize that you are not. Like, I believe Smalls was in a 2v1 a few rounds ago, but he won. Didn't realize until it was already a 1v1. But Stone Cold going down early. We're going to go on board DSK, eating rockets. We're going to go on board with Chris Powell. He has got 3 people in his face. He goes down, leaving Crytek alone on the other side of the map. They were just disconnected there. Not much you can do. Goes down in a blaze of rockets. Chills getting the ace. Shame we didn't watch him. He has now bumped himself up to 3.9 PPR. And this is why Amped Up is such a strong team. Smalls and Chills combined are both very, very good. Smalls lulling everyone into a false sense of security with a poor setup. I don't know if he's still on that setup, but if he's on a PC now, the man is a charlatan. As it stands, DSK out with a nice shot. Chris Powell in the 4v1. It goes down. I think he died just as about when I realized he was, you know, alone. And we're going to go on board with the special one. He hasn't gotten around in quite a while here. And got to take a look, see what's going on. You know, I'm always unsure, especially for people who haven't pugged as much like Special One. Do they have a ton of experience on a map like Invictus? Because it's not that widely chosen in pugs. And he does go down. Smalls in a 3v1, trying to do his best. Misses the combo. That might have been able to take down Chris Powell. Maybe. He does have 50 HP. It would have been Edge, so you're kind of hoping and praying that it takes him down at that point. But runs directly into Crytek, the most stacked member of his team, and Crytek does not waste any time, hits his shots, takes down Smalls, and gets the deficit to exactly half. His team has a lot of work to do to come back. And actually, we're going to go on board with Crytek. He is still at 3.9 PPR. Cooled off a little bit, but that's just kind of how, you know, you'd expect them to normalize. If you're around 4, that is incredibly good. I think that was Amp 8 the combo, but Crytek in the 4v1. His team died very quickly, leaving him alone, and Amped Up able to take him down. And puts themselves, you know, 1 round closer to winning this match. And we're going to give an Amp round. Should have gotten to him a little bit earlier. He does go down pretty quickly, though, trying to contest LG. As we said earlier, that's a tough area to contest, hold. It's just all around. It's wide open, and people are going to fight. Chills, however, now in the 4v1. He's quite healthy, but so is virtually everyone on Noob Tubers. Chills needs to get like a combo or something, some big damage. Does land some big damage, but Chris Power has so little HP left, and Chills actually fantastic chance, like not chance, but fantastic try from where he was. That was always going to be a difficult win, but he tries to make it happen. We're going to go back on board with Crytek. Hits his own teammate. You don't love to see that, but it's a fact of life in match Elim, league match Elim. Teammates are just pesky. They get in the way. No one likes them. Now Special One, however. YouTubers coming really close. Chris Powell saying, I don't care. You're going to die, Special One. Eat the high ping mini. Although Chris also has high ping himself, so kind of, you know, weird, but don't look now, but YouTubers bringing this back 7-5. And they can win the next round or two and get it back to tied. They've got a real chance at swinging this match around. Chill's kind of aimless right now, not running into anybody, and then runs directly into a shot. Not exactly what you want to see. And then he's stone cold, though, standing behind the pillar. Chills says, thank you, I will take the combo and take your entire health bar. Does go down afterwards, though. Somebody cheekily coming down the lift, and apparently shock area is just where the fighting has happened. Amp, however, only one of his team to show up there. And now Smalls and Special One. Smalls getting some damage out, but he is low. Total of 13 HP does go down, and now Special One, a match Crytek where he should have beaten Crytek. He had 3 snipes worth of health to Crytek's 1, and he was not able to do it. And now the situation's reversed. Crytek, the one quite in a position of strength, and Crytek makes sure that he remains there. He is 15 and 7, 3.9 PPR. He is absolutely carrying Noob Tubers, doing whatever he can to snatch victory from the jaws of what was looking like a defeat. Smalls getting some good rockets out, and Crytek making Amp pay with a gigantic combo. You don't really want to be there. You don't want... But Crytek able to do a lot of damage while in a bad spot and likely knowing he was going to die. I mean, he made it out of there. Phenomenal. I mean, how many times do we see Fantasy in a spot in a pug where you just hear, oh, I'm dead here, I'm dead here, and then somehow, oh, I'm still alive, oh! And then he hits like 3 snipes, wins the round, you know. Man, I was dead, I was so dead. But we will stay on board with Crytek right now. We might swap between Crytek and Chills. They're both pretty close. The difference is Crytek's just getting the kills. Chills isn't. You heard it here first, folks. Crytek is a kill merchant, not a damage merchant. Not my PPR leader. If you are wondering, there is actually a delay on the stream. You are not latent. There is just a delay. Some people are... they like to sit and spawn, and so it's better to have the delay, because they might be able to watch the stream and actually gain some information out of it. 30 seconds is a little long, but better to be safe than sorry. There is money on the line for this cup, so we don't want anyone doing something untowards. This is a big round. Crytek in the 4v2. He needs to win this round for his team. Gets himself 1 person closer to it. Got some damage on the Special One. Does eat the snipe, though, directly in front of Smalls. Normally, I wouldn't say you don't want to take beautiful rockets out of beautiful shots out of Crytek. This is Crytek with the Dark Horse. Holy moly. Wrecker. Somehow, I think he was also the ace. Holy hell. Crytek absolutely keeping his team in this match. The man is on fire. He is not missing. He took him, you know, a little bit of time to wake up from pending, and, well, wake up on pending, but he is fully awake now. He is him. He is woken up and ready to rumble, ready to shoot the shock. In this case, LG, but missing now, and gets a random, you know, rocket there. Shoots Smalls through the grate. Almost. Like, takes another round off. Like, he is... I mean, they're in a must-win situation now. They've got 2 rounds. They have to win the next 2. They have no room for error. And they're all sitting in one corner. Could die to one combo. Crytek, great awareness to turn around in case Special One kept pushing. I feel like Special One should have. He would have had an opportunity to get some shots in there, but instead he doesn't take it. And now, Crytek pushing towards LG. Gonna stay out of there. He's not landing his LGs all of a sudden. But, you know... it is what it is. Crytek shooting shots. Taking down Special One. Smalls in the 4v1. We'll see if he can replicate some magic. He is unfortunately cannot. We are now down to a winner-take-all round. If Amped Up wins it, they win the match. If NoobTubers win it, we go to map 3. Decisive rubber match. I know who I'm rooting for. It's going to be Crytek. Let's go. We want decisive map 3s. That is what we are all about here in this league. We want to see maps that matter. And this one certainly does. Although Crytek taking some damage is a little bit slow, but getting some good return damage onto Smalls there. But Crytek now dies to a snipe. Needs to avoid getting unnecessary damage at this point. If he can take down... he doesn't! And going down to the snipe is Crytek. His team now is stuck in a very, very difficult matchup. It is a 3v2. Smalls is still, or Chills is still alive with a decent amount of HP. And now it is down to Stone Cold, his team's hope. It's all on Stone Cold. Stone Cold goes down. Everybody with 10, 15 HP. Very winnable, but he just wasn't able to convert. And Amped Up takes the match. 2 games to, well, currently none. It could be a 2-1, could be a 3-0, but holy moly, that was a close one. Crytek doing his best, absolute animal of a performance, 4.2 PPR, huge, almost wins it, almost keeps his team in the match, almost sends us to a decisive game 3. Instead, we go to Quest with nothing other than pride on the line. Because I'm pretty sure at this point now, Amped Up has punched their ticket. Nothing is going to change for them, I believe, seeding-wise. But Crytek's team, this map is still important for them, probably. If it comes down to a tiebreaker, which may or may not exist. But we're on Quest. So this actually might matter for you guys as well. Yeah, the 3-3 gonna be wild. We have readies up, and we are going into the third map. We're going to go on board with Crytek. Start. I mean, we have to. We've got to continue. He's currently definitely the best performing player in the server. Showing us why he was Mr. 1000 this season. And I can't remember if it was Jay Chills or somebody else was talking about how getting up to that high red spot is actually very good. You don't want to hold it permanently because you're very attackable, but you can get a lot of damage out very quickly. And you know, I've heard that Crytek is very good at doing just that, like getting up to that top red spot and getting some damage out. But not this round, as instead it's going to be J Chills doing the work for his team, tying us up at one round apiece, and we'll stick with him round 2. I mean, this is a map that J Chills is known for. He's likely to be the best player in the hub on it. He's definitely got the options. But he goes down there. I mean, that's just kind of Quest in a nutshell, though. It feels like everyone goes down to everything all the time. You are not playing in control on this map. It is definitely a clusterfuck, to put it politely, as far as playstyle goes. It really does reward players who play well in chaos and thrive in that sort of environment, which actually kind of is a lot of your better Dark Horse players usually will probably do pretty well on this map just because of that. I mean, you think about it, Fantasy, one of them, very good on this map, very strong. Exit, another one, strong. Players who do well at fighting against multiple people at once just kind of rewards that kind of skill and ability. Unfortunately for Stone Cold, I don't think he is one of those players. He goes down pretty quickly. It's not that he's not a good shooter and doesn't have good accuracy. It's just he's the triangle zone with Stone Cold is real. What's in front of him, he shoots, and what's not in front of him, he does not. And that's just kind of how it is. Shout out, apparently, Ryan Leon Johnson just woke up. Burritos in the microwave. We are all in danger. I hope he doesn't check the Givo stock price. Today was not a good day for them. If any of you are wondering how we all know this, the resident Mr. Bagels made a bot that tracks the ticker. But now, Amp in the where is he? He's on 8. Amp now in the very winnable. He just needs to land the snipe on the Crytek. Takes down Stone Cold. One snipe from either one of these players will win them the round. Crytek says it's going to be me. And you know what? We'll go back. We'll go back to J Chills. He's the best one on his team currently. And see, that's the sort of thing I'm talking. Like, he had great awareness there. He got shots onto 3 different people. That's just like DSK in the very, very winnable 2v1 or 1v2 if you're DSK's perspective, but misses the smalls point blank. Does take him down. Now has no idea where the other guy is able to survive. There is a health pack available. Does not hit the shot. Boot jumps up. Amp taking a roundabout way. DSK not thinking about where he could have gone. He is still at the cheese grater. And let me know if you guys want x-rays, by the way. I feel like I never usually have them on, but especially for these situations, it might be worth it. So I'll turn it on and let you see where Amp is running around the map. They're both aimlessly looking in kind of the wrong directions, but now they are aware of each other. And Amp takes on DSK. If DSK had run away at that point, he clearly could have won it. Does not. Really unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. Amped up, winning 4-2. Chris Powa, top of his team right now. Chills, top of his. Amp, currently behind. I guess he has played a lot of Pub Quest. Seems to be a knower. I always feel like this top blue position is really not one you want to be in. It feels like people die really easily there. Crytek trying to prove us all wrong and show us what fools we are. But even he leaves and goes to top green, and he's just not hitting right now. Maybe a little disheartened. I mean, this map doesn't mean really anything for his team other than positioning, which could be important. But I do feel like they've had a lot of 2-1s. Not like they're getting 3-0'd. I think maybe only Rookie's team 3-0'd them. Rookie's team potentially frauds, as we saw them get dismantled by tied for last place Globo Gym yesterday. Not exactly a good look, but could just be that they'd already clinched playoffs and they just didn't care. I mean, that's always a possibility. You know, teams can sometimes get complacent when there's nothing on the line for them. Chris Powa eating 135 from Chills. And now Chills getting shot. He gets Crytek. Chills sat up there for a long time before anyone tried to push him off. Got a ton of damage out. And Chills still hitting hit scan. Man is a menace on Quest. I mean, hit scan is always going to be a dominant... the dominant choice, it seems like, most of the time, which is wild, because when flak or rockets do come out, they're usually very high impact. But Crytek and Chills now just whiffing at each other. Crytek doesn't whiff that one, takes down Chills, gets the wrecker, bringing his team back to within 1. If they get this, they can make it a true best of 9 for the win. So, and just as an aside, thinking about best of series, how many people are sad or happy at the result of the World Series, if you even paid attention? I know, as someone not from New York, let's go Dodgers. Fuck the Yankees. Yankees suck. That's all I'm gonna say. Doubly so, because they they took out and eliminated my Guardians. Very unfortunate. But we now have Crytek versus Amp in the 1v1. You know what? Well, if Crytek wins this, it's going to be amazing, but Amp is going to, like, aimlessly walk around, I feel like. Crytek, great read of the situation. Able to almost get a pixel shot onto Amp there. But does go down to Amp eventually. Amp using his health stack and playing like an absolute wuss. Able to avoid the damage. I don't know why we're on Chris Power. We should be on Chills or Crytek. Those two are going to be the ones providing us the highlights on this map. Once again, looks like Crytek is a kill merchant. Not really winning the damage that hard, but just absolutely using kills to inflate that PPR. And he's probably about to be in a last alive situation, although he shoots Crytek in the back, and it goes from looking like a 3v2 to a 1v1. Special One versus Crytek. Both players die to a snipe, but Special One dies to a beam. Crytek crucially knows the difference, has shock out, hits the easy shot, wins the round, brings his team right back to... What do we have here? We have Spam Bot. If mods are available, get rid of that. I mean, if you're somehow legit, you need to type very quickly before someone looks at you a second way. But we're going to stick with Chills. He is shooting. He is not shooting, I should say. He is shooting 38% LG accuracy and hits another one right there. It is 7-5 currently in favor of Amped Up, and likely to take this. I mean, but Crytek now, this is very well, I say it's very winnable, and it doesn't last that way for long. And DSK taking down Smalls, making this, he needs to take out Amp here. Amp is low. Special One is the opposite of low. He is very healthy. DSK, great instincts. Amp, why are you the one pushing? You do not have the health bar. You should be letting Special One push. But they managed to surround DSK. You know, Amp able to stay alive long enough to just hold... why can I not find Crytek? Just hold DSK in place. Special One coming around the back, shooting him in the back, taking him down, winning the round. And now Crytek getting revenge on Goat there, taking down Amp. His team is up a player, and he's landing snipes. I feel like he could hear Special One below him, but wasn't quite sure. Now figures out where he is. Finds Chills, takes Chills down. Kill Merchant. The only damage he did to Chills was the last shot. It is important. Getting rid of players is definitely something valuable, and that's why kills get assigned 1 PPR. And Crytek sends Special One's pack to Mars as we have liftoff. Speaking of liftoff, hopefully we can get somebody getting launched to the moon on stream. That would be quite enjoyable. But it's not common that we get this on... it's not common that we get to see Quest in the league, let alone, you know, have the exact right circumstances where somebody gets launched happen. But Crytek just getting onto Smalls, hitting him with a 200 damage combo, obliterating his health bar. I mean, Crytek, he's doing everything he can to keep his team from losing. I mean, it's the curse of being $1,000. Like, you know, Reflex would probably have a very similar team comp where it's heavily on him if he was, say, playing. And that would make it, like, much easier for, say, Wasty and Crytek themselves, which in turn makes it easy for Turns and Later and Fantasy. Like, all these guys who are going to be, you know, would be right up there and, like, $5, $10 apart. Chills in the 3v1. Can very easily win this, can survive a snipe, needs to land a couple on somebody else first, though. Just jumps right in at Stone Cold. Needs to land 2 snipes on DSK, or just a big combo, or DSK jumps into the core, says om nom 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 nom, and Chills gets a Dark Horse, brings his team 1 round away from making this a 3-0. Quite convenient, tidy. and puts Crytek's team probably on the back foot as far as tiebreaker situations go for playoff seeding. Apparently there are a lot of teams that could finish 3-3. Makes it, a bit of a TB situation. Have to make some decisions. And there we have it. Amped Up wins. Chills leading the way, 4.4 PPR. Crytek leading the way with his team, 4.3. They all leave so quickly. I wish they'd just stay until map vote. Let us talk about their stats for the last map, the end of the match. However, match was pretty uneventful. Easy 3-0 for Amped Up, although Crytek did try to make it as hard as he could. Once again, happy Halloween to all of you who are celebrating that holiday today. And, this, once again, this has been a production of the UT4 Fall Elim League hosted by UTPugs. Until next time, have a good one. Catch y'all later.